The GEICO World Bowling Tour Finals, presented by the PBA, is brought to you by Spariva Handy Hailer. By Barbazol. Start your day cool with the new Arctic Chill shaving cream from Barbazol. Better buy Barbazol. By Storm. Bowlers serving bowlers. Storm is the bowler's company. And by Bear. Try Bear Advanced Aspirin. Extra strength pain relief, twice as fast as before. 5 strikes, but only 2 after the 4th frame for Sean Rash, but it was enough to advance 214 to 204. And Sean standing by lane side with Randy.
Well, Sean, it looked like you were going to give that match away there towards the end, and then Belmonte leads a ring in 10. What happened towards the last part of that match for you?
Well, the lane started to transition as the oil was going down the lane, and the ball just wouldn't pick up in the mid lane. And you know, thankfully, I got the first one in the 10th to force him to double, and you know, he made a great shot. And that's all you can do at any position, whether it's him or myself. All you can do is let it go. And you know, hats off to him for throwing it when he needed to. And you know, luckily for me, I got through it.
All right. Well, let's segue to something a little more fun now. How about you answer the more of what matters to you fan question, brought to you by the makers of One-A-Day Men's Pro Edge. Jay Disberger of Manhattan, Kansas wants to know, what is the most important thing for an amateur to do if he wants to become a professional bowler?
Well, I don't know about you, but when I was an amateur, I just wanted to bowl everything I could bowl. I wanted to get as many competitive reps as possible and just feel the moment when you needed it for the cheese. Get your PBA card, bowl some regionals, see how you feel against, you know, the Southwest, Midwest guys, and, you know, find a way to make a tour stop. Maybe bowl the Masters or the US Open where amateurs are allowed to bowl, and shoot it up and see how you do.
That's great advice, Jay. Take it from Sean Rash. Sean, best of luck to you in the title match against Mika Koivuniemi. Rob, I'm done down here. Back to you.
Up next for Sean Rash, that man, Mika Koivuniemi. The two of them met at the Brunswick Ballmaster Open in Helsinki in early January. It was the first stop on the World Bowling Tour. It was won by Mika. Sean looking for some revenge next. He is the most dominant player on the planet. The only man to reach the finals of all 4 majors in a single year. The winner of the richest event in bowling history, last season's Tournament of Champions, Mika Koivuniemi. He is a formidable foe and one that Sean Rash must overcome to capture his first win in 4 years. Welcome to the men's championship match of the 2011 World Bowling Tour.
Mr. Mika Koivuniemi.
Earlier today, Mika presented his second PBA Player of the Year honor. He won his first during the 03-04 season. Wife and oldest daughter in attendance, snapping away, seated right next to Mika's opponent's family. How about that?
Mika makes over $330,000 last season. Pretty spectacular year.
Most of it courtesy of winning the TOC. Exactly.
I know how much I work for the things what I earn, so it makes me feel really good. And I don't know, it's just the force what drives me. I've been doing for bowling for a living more than 20 years right now. Last 13 in PBA. Before that, I used to travel all over the world bowling tournaments, and so I know I'm good at that still. I still have a chance to win, and I still want to win, so that's why I'm here.
Opening strike for Mika.
I remember, Rob, in the last match, we talked about what Mika was doing in practice to try to, A, build a shot for himself, or B, destroy the lanes for the 2 high-rev players. He would throw a plastic ball in one shot. The very next ball he would throw looked like it was sanded with lane screen. I mean, it looked like a piece of charcoal.
Rash, his first effort. Late kick of the 10.
So it's really going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Does that work in his favor, or does it backfire?
Yeah, you and I are watching during warm-ups, and we turn over our shoulders. We take another look at the Rash shot, and you just saw this orb coming your way, and it did not look like a normal ball you would see from the pros. And you're right, you know, the charcoal, chalk, it looked like a combination of a sponge and sandpaper.
Yeah, and every time he threw it down the lane, it picked off the 4 and the 7 pin. You know, and so obviously there was some, you know, some thought that went into how he was going to break the oil pattern down in practice and try to do something to give himself a chance. Obviously, he didn't feel like he had a shot at beating the 2 high-rev guys unless he did something.
Well, it's worked through 1. Rash with the spare, Mika with the strike. We begin the second. Messenger will leave the 10 alone.
And you can see in the first 2 shots by Sean Rash, remember the players did get practice prior to the start of this match, and it looks like Sean's bowling ball is pushing longer and longer down the lane before it starts to make that left turn into the pocket.
Blast the 10 pin into the pit, back to back, opening spares for Sean Rash. Rash with 4 PBA Tour titles, but hasn't won since late October of '07. And there he is, the big Finn, Major Mika Koivuniemi. 9 PBA Tour titles. Koivuniemi, his effort in the second, working off a strike. A little heavy on that one. And whenever you hear non-English coming out of Mika's mouth, we quickly assume he would be bleeped out if we were back in Finland.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet, and we are in Las Vegas.
Three, 6, 10, and he misses the 3. Open frame for the big Finn.
Now, Mika prides himself on being a very good spare shooter. In fact, a great spare shooter. This time, not so much as he flags the 3, 6, 10.
Four balls in Mika's arsenal today. The Mission Domination 250K with a 9.5 hook rating. Encounter, Omen, and Eruption at 7. We begin the third. Much better. There's his eldest daughter, Ida, in attendance. And I asked Mika, I said, well, how did you guys celebrate your Player of the Year? And he looked at me with his heavy accent and he said, graduation, Player of the Year party. So they had a high school graduation party for Ida, and then Player of the Year party as well. About 200 folks there. I think most of them were there for Ida. And a shocker. Rash with the strike there in the third. Right, I mean, the poor guy wins Player of the Year and he has to cough up all the fun to his daughter, who's about to take money from his checking account to go into college.
Yeah, but $250,000 can buy you a lot of friends too, Rob.
Yeah, it can buy you a lot of college too. Rash saying he's been on a high the whole time here in Vegas for the World Series of Bowling. Had a great start on day 1, working the Viper. Really loosened up his swing. Here he is in the 4th. Back-to-back jacks. Now it's time for the fast, safe, pain relief replay, brought to you by the makers of Bayer Advanced Aspirin.
Well, it's all about the Messenger, and there it is. The head pin goes to the sidewall. It just crushes the 10. Boy, the only pain going on around here is what the 10 pin is feeling, because it's getting abused today.
Strike number 3 for Mika.
Much better shot on the right lane for Mika. With a strike on the left lane, he can cut the deficit to 1. Mika going much straighter than Sean Rash. Mika much closer to the second arrow. Sean is inching closer to that third arrow. You know how I know that, Rob? Because I have CATS information, my friend.
It's a wonderful system. Provides you with a lot of knowledge and information. Three in a row. And Mika's got that walk and that look where he's figured things out. And his wife has seen that look before as well.
I mean, he's not like the same size or anything, but he reminds me a lot of, the nickname should be the Machine, a lot like Albert Pujols, very stoic, that not giving you a whole lot emotion. He just gets up and just repeats the motion, shot after shot.
Lead at 1 for Rash. Trying to match the triple shot of strikes just dropped by Mika. Got it.
Full focus. Right here. 600.
That's 10 in the pit, my friend.
Heard Sean as he walks away right about at this point saying, stay focused, stay calm. He's had a tendency in the past, maybe let his mind, his emotions take over his game in these tight, stressful moments.
This guy hasn't won since '07. I mean, it's been a long drought for a guy that was dominating. I mean, this guy won every show that he was on.
Oh, God.
Right through the middle almost.
Right now, Sean Rash is really struggling to maintain his emotions. Sir. He's really starting to ride the highs and lows. He's getting too amped up. He tried to keep himself or back himself down, and he ends up pulling that shot. Good news is he didn't leave a split, easy spare.
Takes care of the 6-10. Well, Sean remains clean. That's his third spare.
That was a good 2 boards left at target for Sean Rash on that left lane, and he knew it immediately, and you heard him. Now, Mika Koivuniemi, first player in PBA history to make the TV show in all 4 majors in the same season, looking to take the lead, working on a 3-bagger.
Come on! Ham bone! Courtesy of the messenger! Yeah, I'm excited!
Rob, stop hitting me. I've never seen anybody so excited over a 4-bagger. Watch this. Solid 9 standing up.
First of the year. And a fun one at a big moment for Koivuniemi. 4 in a row. And now we go to the 7th. So Mika up 1, trying to extend his lead, looking for 5 in a row as we begin the 7th. Dialed in.
Looked like he went with a little extra air time on that shot, Rob. A little more loft to hold that ball on line.
We give quarterbacks so much love in football about reading the defenses, moving safeties with their eyes. These guys have to do kind of the same thing. They have to adapt and read what the lanes are throwing at them. And Rash with an adaptation of his own, a strike in the 7th. Coming up next week, it's the first step on the road to the PBA World Championship. Jack Jurek, your lone American, he's facing a slew of European Tour stars. Don Barrett, Stuart Williams, Brunswick Ballmaster in the first of 4 eliminator format shows that will determine the finalists for the first major of the season. It's the Don Carter division of the PBA World Championship next Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Don Barrett, Stuart Williams, you want to talk about international flavor. Finish, England, America.
It's like Epcot Center at the bowling lanes. Rash to begin the 8th.
Yes! What a game left! Come on!
Well,
2 in a row for the emotional one, who now resides in Montgomery, Illinois.
1-pin match. Mika working on a 5-bagger. Max score, Mika can shoot 268. Sean Rash can shoot 257.
Six-pack.
That's huge there. Miko looked back on that and said, that's a great break. I got that one a little farther right than I wanted to. Hey, Rob, this just in Mika's speed control. We talked about his accuracy just a little bit ago. Every ball from frame 1 to frame 8 has been in the 19-mile-an-hour range, ranging from 19.1 to 19.7.
Which tells you what?
He's really good.
Since that open frame in the second, it has been nothing but strikes for Mika Koivuniemi, two-time and reigning PBA Player of the Year, trying to get this season kicked off with a victory.
Well, the speed was perfect, the location was perfect, and unfortunately, it's a pesky 10-pin left by Mika. He's in the 230s right now. Sean Rash with another strike, also be in the 230s.
First spare of the outing for Major Mika.
The strike here in the 9th, Rob, this match is all even. Now, the problem with the spare in the 9th for Mika is that Sean Rash can strike out 9th and 10th and shut him out.
Looking for his second three-bagger of this championship match.
Wheel.
And he will not have it.
Man. Got it in the swish zone, looking for a little love and didn't get it.
Doesn't even want to look at it. Team Rash, faces say it all.
Anybody's ball game still. Sean Rash, the spare here, can strike out in the 10th frame.
Oh boy. Whoa boy is right, he whiffs.
Okay, that one away. Damn it. Be nice if they could stay still over there one time.
We've seen it before, Rob. We saw it a lot last season, unfortunately for Sean. 10-pin whiff, and now he's in big trouble. Mika's already in the 230s. The best Sean Rash can shoot now is 224. He needs to strike out. Mika just needs a mark.
A good shot here. Never know.
Now the distractions keep jumping out in front of Rash. Here's his effort in the 10th. It's everything to drop there on the left lane. And that 10-pin spare, go back to that last effort, made 95% of the time on television by the pros. His eyes just seem to be picking up everything. Every little noise jumps out to him. You start feeling bad for this guy at some point. And Mika over there, you see him on the left, he knows about missing valuable 10 pins. Just see last year's US Open. Second shot in the 10th. It's another strike there on the left lane. But that spare in the 9th, not what his wife Sarah wanted to see. The Koivuniemi camp will happily take it.
If Sean strikes on this ball, Mika needs 9 on his first ball and this match is over.
So he closes strong after the gap in the 9th. All that's left now is a 9 for Mika.
Wouldn't move.
If Sean makes the 10-pin, he strikes out and shoots 236.
Unbelievable.
Mika would have had to have struck on the first ball and then spared. Instead, now Mika just needs 9 on the first ball. 9 on the first ball, it's Mika's. Anything less, Rash still has a chance.
We've seen stranger things happen in the PBA.
I seem to recall a certain US Open last season when a Norm Duke was shut out and came back and threw like the last 4.
First title of the year goes to Mika.
Great shot, buddy.
Great shot. The GEICO World Bowling Tour Men's Championship goes to Major Mika. And we'll hear from your winner when we return to Las Vegas.